Hi fire signs, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So this is going to be your love and spirituality reading, and this will be for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and it's for your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. I just filmed the air sign reading, and if you watch that reading, I was in front of the camera, but now I'm behind it, and there is a reason for that. I'm not going to get into it on here, but I will make another video about why sometimes I do tarot in front of the camera and sometimes I'm behind it. There is a purpose or a reason for that. But like I said, not going to get into it here. We're just going to jump right into your reading. So the cards that are here, these are the pre-shuffle cards. So when I meditated on your energy, these are the cards that came out. So the Sagittarius card came out first, which is this card. The Pisces card is here in the reverse. Then we have maturity, morality, and patience. So right now, a lot of you are in this energy of feeling like you have something to say, like you want to speak up because you are seeing through some sort of illusion. So it's like you're seeing through someone's bullshit. You're seeing past like the act that they were putting on, or you're just seeing through the illusion that you could have possibly created. So if you for example, had feelings for someone, you could have had on those rose-colored glasses and you could have been giving them positive traits that they didn't really have. You know, like when we have those rose-colored glasses on, we assign people these positive traits that don't exist. So we might think, oh, this person is so loving, they're so caring, they're so generous, and really they're not. It's kind of like you're just kind of seeing what you want to see. But in some cases, it's them presenting themselves to be a certain way and you're seeing right through the bullshit. Pretty much. So some of you are wanting to speak up about it. Be careful, because the maturity card is here in the reverse. So that means that if you speak up now, it's possible that it can come out the wrong way. Like it can come across as like, it can start an argument, put it that way. Like it can start like something explosive if you don't go about it the right way. But I feel like some of you could have, I'm hearing that some of you already have done this. Like you probably already have spoken up or said what you needed to say, called someone out on their bullshit. And you could be thinking that you possibly handled it the wrong way. So you could have kind of let it out and then thought, okay, yes, what I said was true, but I probably should have said it in a way that, you know, was a little more mature. But, you know, shit happens when we're angry, when we're upset, feeling explosive. That's what happens. So that's the case for some of you. For some of you also, it's like you're running out of patience. So the patience card is here in the reverse. Like your patience has run out for whatever the situation was. Like I said, I feel like this situation or this cycle had a time frame on it and the time ran out, meaning that you now see through the bullshit. Like sometimes we enter into cycles where we're not meant to see through the bullshit at first. Like we're not meant to. We're meant to kind of attach to that person, kind of buy into whatever, you know, they're feeding us. And then it's like as the cycle goes on, we go through these lessons, these triggers with this person. And then it gets to a point where the cycle is now over. And that's when you fully see through everything, when it's time to kind of exit the cycle and you've learned everything that you're meant to learn. See what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. So it's like the cycle being over. And I feel like you just didn't have any more patience for it anyway. That's how you know that it's kind of time to, you know, make your exit. But like I said, a lot of you with this morality card being here, I feel like a lot of you just felt like you need to get some sort of, I don't want to say revenge, but it's like you feel like you can't leave without calling out whatever has taken place here. Like whatever you're seeing through is like you just feel like you can't, it's not possible for you to walk away without calling it out, is what I'm seeing. And like I said before, some of you did call it out. Some of you are thinking of calling it out. And if you already called this person out or this situation out, and you did it in a way that's kind of, you know, maybe you're regretting the way that you did it, it's over now. I mean, what can you do? Happens to the best of us. And if you didn't do it yet, I suggest kind of waiting until the emotions die down a little bit, and then you can express yourself, because you don't want to end up, you know, regretting anything that was said. So let's jump into your past energy here. We have the family room, we have slowing down, and we have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. Let me get these straight. Okay, so with the Two of Pentacles being here in the reverse, it looks like in the past, some of you just were in a situation that was extremely overwhelming. The Two of Pentacles is like not being able to maintain a certain situation anymore. I feel like you were just juggling a lot. And by juggling, I'm pretty sure this isn't juggling two people. It could be that you were just juggling, like you had a lot on your plate, like life was just happening. And I feel like whoever this person was or whatever the situation was, they weren't making it any easier for you. So it feels like you just got too overwhelmed and you had to drop something. See what I'm saying? I'm getting the image in my mind of like someone, like a waitress, like balancing plates in both hands, and then it just gets to be too much and you have to drop one. So I feel like some of you got so overwhelmed you had to drop something or someone because it was just too much. And the slowing down card kind of confirms that, because it's like with the slowing down card, you were kind of forced to have to drop whatever the situation was. So like I said, it was just overwhelming. And I feel like it could have been taking a toll on you mentally, taking a toll on you physically. And so you needed to slow down, like something needed to be dropped or cut off. Even if you weren't the person to cut it off, they could have been the one to cut it off. But either way, it's like the universe needed you to drop something because it was just taking too much of a toll on you. The family room being in the reverse, to me, this card is talking about a lack of warmth, like a lack of feeling comforted. It's like someone or people or something in your life that just made your life more difficult rather than helping your life to progress in a stress-free way. So like I said, I think that this situation had to be dropped because it was just too much. And it's like not only was it not helping you, but it was adding on to any struggles or hardships that you were already having in the first place. For some of you, this could have been family, with the family room being in the reverse. But yeah, I just feel like the sense of like it's like a lack of warmth from whatever that situation was. So I just keep on feeling like a lack of warmth, a lack of nurturing, a lack of helping you where you needed help. It's like nothing worse than someone who enters your life and not only do they not help you make life easier, but then it's like on top of that, they're making life harder for you. Like, ridiculous. Let me pull one more. And I'm thinking that with this slowing down card, because I'm just seeing you as this turtle, I'm thinking with this slowing down card, you may be someone who comes across as very, very headstrong, very, like just very much able to handle a lot. But I feel like what a lot of people don't see is that you do get overwhelmed. Sometimes life just gets to be too much for you. And so you need people in your life who are going to help you get to carry that load instead of putting more of it on you. See what I'm saying? And I say that because the turtle, I just recently learned that turtles actually have nerve endings in their shell. So a lot of people think that turtles just have this hard shell and all they have to do is go into their shell and they're completely safe. But if you like hit their shell or you touch it, they can feel it. But a lot of people don't know that. So I feel like that's kind of like a metaphor for you. Like they see you as like this tough, strong person, but they don't understand that you have feelings, like you have a breaking point. You know, you do get overwhelmed and you do need help sometimes. And I feel like this person or these people, possibly family, just did not understand that, or either they didn't understand it or they were too selfish to care, you know. I'm gonna pull one more for that family room. Community, yep. See, this is what I'm talking about, just a lack of support. A lack of support, lack of community, lack of family, just juggling too much, just too much on your shoulders. I feel like this is talking about family, but this very well could be romance, so just take it as it applies. But the pre-shuffle was making much more sense to me. I feel like, because I'm going to pull out the pre-shuffle cards really quick just to remind you. The pre-shuffle cards just make much more sense to me now because, like I said, you are coming up as this authority figure that is just seeing through the bullshit. Your patience has run out and you're like, no, enough of this. And you're just ready to call people out. So this could be a family, like I said, who's just not making your life any easier. You're sick of their toxicity, or it could be a job environment, or it could be a lover, possibly. So let's move into your present energy. Your present energy, we have Three of Pentacles, the Awareness card, and the Sudden Wealth card, okay? So with the Three of Pentacles card, it looks like right now your main focus needs to be on building, like building something solid for yourself. And I feel like you've been trying to build something solid for yourself anyway. The only thing that's been holding you back is the people that have been in your life, or a certain person who's been in your life. And so now it's like that person is gone, or they're on their way out, or those people are gone, or they're on their way out. And now it's like you have the ability to build something solid with this Three of Pentacles. Some of you, you're still trying to build with a specific person, like a specific someone. It could be someone new, because it's a different energy than what I was getting from that past card. So some of you could be meeting someone new that you're going to be building with, or you are building with someone new. But for some of you, this could be you trying to rebuild your life on your own. With the awareness card being in the center, I feel like a lot of you are feeling much more self-aware because of whatever that situation was, or whatever that cycle was that you have been going through. You are becoming much more self-aware. You're becoming much more aware of your triggers, what sets you off, what you don't have the patience for anymore. You're becoming aware that you do want people in your life that are going to help you. Like some of you are just very much sick of being the one that is always the one giving. Like you sometimes want someone to take that load off of your shoulders, and you're becoming aware of that, and you are going to start seeking that out when it comes to friends, romantic partners, and things of that sort. It's like a shift when it comes to the way that you approach relationships. Because like I said, I think that in the past you could have been more of a giver. Like you're constantly giving. You're the one that's like the strong one that people lean on and take from. And now it's like this shift happening where you are understanding that you want someone who you can lean on equally. Like you want it to be an equal exchange, an equal give and take, like someone you can build something solid with. And with the sudden wealth card being here though, some of you could feel kind of discouraged about this. It's like it's like your mind is understanding and knowing that you need people who are on the same page as you. But with the sudden wealth card being here in the reverse, some of you are just skeptical or doubtful that you can ever find this type of person, if it's love, or if you can find these types of people if you're looking for friends. Because you're feeling, for some of you, this is directly related to something that has happened in your past where someone or some people, it depends. I'm thinking that this is love though. Possibly a romantic partnership happened out of nowhere. Like you met someone, there was a crazy spark between you and the person. You thought that this was going to be like the one, or you thought like this is it, and then it turned out not to be. And I feel like for some of you, that is causing you to be very discouraged when it comes to hoping that you can find that again. Some of you are just feeling like you're not going to find that again. So it's like you're aware of exactly what you need. You're aware that you want to, you want to build something solid, but some of you presently just don't think. It's like you're pessimistic about it because of the past. The House card is here, so this can talk about isolation. Male, female. Okay, so the House card can talk about isolation, like I said. So some of you could be kind of in hermit mode right now, like I said, because there's this pessimistic energy that's kind of coming through, which I don't blame you. I think that some of you maybe need a little bit of alone time right now anyway. Nothing wrong with having alone time, but just be careful of this thought process of pessimism where you feel like, oh, there's no way I'm going to meet someone who's on the same page as me, or there's no way that I'm going to be able to have that with someone, because you can have it. It's just all a matter of timing, like divine timing, like letting the universe kind of bring this person into your life, or these people into your life. You don't really have to search for it. It's like they're going to find you, but you have to just prepare and make room for them, or for that specific person. If you're looking for love, all you have to do is prepare and make room. And by room, I mean, what is it that's holding you back from being able to show up fully, when it comes to love or when it comes to friendships? Is it, trust issues? Is it, just not being able to connect with people because of your past? Those types of things are taking up room in your energy field. And so there is no room for these people that are on the same page as you, or this romantic partner. It's no room for them to enter, because there's things clouding up your home. And by home, I mean, like, look at this house as like your body, your energetic field. What's in there? It's a bunch of clutter from the past that needs to be moved out so these new people can move in, metaphorically. I'm gonna pull I'm going to pull another one for that Three of Pentacles. Courage. Yeah, this is... Whew, okay, that energy just hit me a little bit. This Courage card, some of you don't understand how afraid you actually are of starting over and building with someone. I feel like in your mind, like I said, there's this pessimistic reoccurring thought that like, oh, maybe I'll never find it. But I think that some of you are... You're not really connecting with the feeling. You know how sometimes you can have a thought, but you don't really connect with the feeling fully? Sometimes you have to just sit and think, damn, I really am afraid. I really am afraid of connecting with people and getting hurt again. It's like you know that in your mind, but some of you have not sat and felt it. And I feel like you're going to be feeling it. And that's why I think that card kind of hit me the hardest, because it does take a lot of courage to start over. It takes a lot of courage to rebuild when you've already built something that was kind of torn down, that you thought was going to be a forever thing, or that you thought was going to be long term. It's not easy to rebuild. It's not. So it's going to take a lot of courage, but it's going to be worth it. I'm going to pull one more for the awareness. And the one thing that I love about this Courage card is that it's a flower in it. It's not like a boulder or like something that represents, you know, physical strength. The Courage card is like a flower. It's delicate. So that's talking about the courage that it takes to feel. You know, like you can build with people. It takes courage to build, you know, physically or financially with people. But I feel like what takes the most courage is the courage to feel again, to fully like connect with somebody emotionally, be vulnerable, be open. That takes a lot of courage. And people think that, you know, sensitivity is like a weakness, but really it's what takes the most strength. And I think some of you are needing to keep that in mind, because the things that you've been through, like I said, I feel like you're everybody's rock, or you're meant to, or you've been assigned that role of like being the one that people take from, or, you know, things like that. But just remember that your sensitivity is your greatest strength. So it's nothing to be ashamed of, or it's not a weakness just because other people have possibly, you know, taken advantage of it. I'm gonna pull one more for the awareness card. Clinging to the past. Yep. So the clinging to the past card comes out with the awareness card. So like I said, you have become, or you are becoming, very much self-aware about what it is that you want, what it is that you need. And there's a need for you to clear out any past energy that is keeping you stuck, or that is just energetically weighing you down. Like I said, think of it as like a house. Think of the house metaphor. Your house is you, your body, your energetic field. Your rooms are cluttered with past situations, past people, past pain, and things just need to be moved out in order for, you know, these new people to move in. So, that Courage card hit me kind of hard. Let's do future now. Marriage in the reverse, control in reverse, Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the positive news that the Five of Pentacles being here lets me know that if you were feeling left out in the cold, if you were feeling neglected, if you were feeling abandoned, that feeling is going to be coming to an end. With the Control card being here in the reverse, I feel like this is advice for you to relinquish control. Because like I said, some of you are just very much used to being like the one that's headstrong. You go out and you get what you want, or, you know, you feel like you have to control your life, or you have to be in control of your life every step of the way. And I think this is saying that the universe wants to step in and help you here, that you don't have to control everything. The universe is wanting to lift some of that weight off of your shoulders. I know that some of you were dealing with people or a person who you wanted that to be their role. Like you wanted them to step in and lift some of that weight off of your shoulders, and they just couldn't live up to that role. So the universe is wanting to kind of step in and fill those shoes for you and help to take some of this weight off of you. So this is a very beautiful energy that I'm getting from these two things. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of help, spiritual help, that, you know, you could be needing very badly. And like I said, if you've been feeling neglected or rejected, that energy is coming to an end sooner than you think. The marriage card being here in the reverse, to me, that's a divorce. And I don't think that it could literally be a divorce, but it's not a prediction. Like if you're married right now, I'm not saying, oh, divorce is coming. I'm not saying that. If this is like a divorce in terms of just splitting up with someone, I feel like this is something that's already happened. This card is basically just saying that it's going to be finalized, as in, you know, you break up with someone, but you never fully break up with them until you have completely accepted the fact that they're no good for you. You know, if you still are holding on to hope, then you never really broke up with the person, you know. But I think that this is saying that you're kind of seeing that this person or this situation was no good for you, and you're finally accepting that it was no good for you. So it's like a finalized sort of breakup where you're no longer you're no longer holding on to hope. And it's a good thing, because the release of hope, like not hoping for that situation anymore, is what's going to release you from that feeling of being left out in the cold. I want to clarify that marriage card. I feel like I'm talking so fast in this reading. I feel like I do that every single time, like for fire signs. I want to clarify this marriage card. Thief. Yeah, whoever this person was, or these people, I feel like these are the people that came up earlier, who they just weren't genuine, or they were just taking from you, and they were just making your life more difficult than what it needed to be. Honestly, like that's what I get from that. Just making life more difficult than need be. And because you're about to drop this burden, I feel like that's why you're going to have this energy of just no longer feeling abandoned or left out in the cold. See, dropping any burdens. No more hard work putting into situations that were just not benefiting you at all. Courthouse. See, this is like a divorce. It's like, and it doesn't, it's not like like I said, it's not a divorce like, oh, you're actually married and I'm predicting a divorce. I just don't want anybody to panic. So I'm reiterating. This is like a divorce, like a metaphorical divorce, I guess you could say, like finalized, when you give somebody like those papers, like it's done. It's a metaphor for like this, whatever this cycle was, just coming to a final end, because you choose for it to end by changing your mindset about how you see things. So I'm not seeing like an ending, like, oh, this person does something to make it end. I'm seeing like it's literally going to be just a mental shift where you no longer see this person the way that you have saw them, or these people the way that you have seen them. Sorry, it's all in front of the camera. That you've seen them before. So I'm going to pull outside energy. And outside energy is basically the energy of someone outside of yourself that may be affecting you right now. So it could be the person that was coming up in this reading. It could be friends. It could be family. You'll pretty much be able to tell when I pull the cards here. And I pull outside energy because, you know, humans, we are social creatures. And the most important lessons that we learn usually involve other human beings, connections that we have. So we're pulling outside energy to see what connection is affecting you the most and what you're needing to learn from this other person or these other people. Mercury in reverse, interesting. Got this card for air signs as well, for the outside energy for air signs. So some of you could be dealing with an air sign, may want to check that video out. The Mercury card in reverse lets me know that you're not speaking to this person. Whoever this person is or these people are, there's a lack of communication. This person could have played some sort of mind game with you in the past, or they were just heavily on your mind in the past, is what I'm hearing. The Mercury retrograde obviously is here right now. So this could be a person who just recently came back into your life during the retrograde. And if it's not that they came back into your life, it's that the thought of them came back during this retrograde. I'm going to pull one more. Neptune, oh Lord, illusion. Okay, so this person definitely had a very strong hold on you mentally, without a doubt. It just looks like, I wouldn't say that it's like delusion. It's like an illusion though, because I feel like this is someone who you saw a certain way and then they ended up not being that way. There's some type of confusion surrounding this person. I feel like you still don't know what happened with this person, or you're still trying to possibly figure out what went on. There's a lot of illusions like that's surrounding this person, and you could just be very confused. That's probably why it came back up during the Mercury retrograde, because there was a lot of illusions that you did not get to settle, like when it comes to this person. And so it could have came back up, or that situation could have came back up during the retrograde in order for you to see through things, or in order for you to see things clearly, like to see past the illusion. And this could be, like I said, it could be a lover, it could be friends, it could be family. I'm going to pull one more before we move on to the extended. Oop, that one flew out. Okay, this card's very clear. The source card flew out, and it flew out sideways. So you are trying to figure out with this person, or with these people, take it as it resonates, whether or not this was a divine connection or not. So some of you could have thought this was a twin flame, could have thought this was a soulmate. So some of you are trying to figure out what the hell this was, because you know that there was some sort of spiritual attachment, but you're like, was this sent by the devil or was this sent by God? Like what was this? Interesting. We're gonna look into this in the Vimeo extended video. I'll leave the link to that down below. Thank you so much for watching, fire signs, and I'll see you over on my Vimeo channel.